Hi, I'm Di with Sister Chicks Quilting, and today's video is going to be all about finishing a quilt on the long arm. Then I'm going to bind it, and I have got a binding hack that has changed my ways with binding. I love it, and I'm going to teach that to you. Plus, if you watch my channel at all, you know I was in Utah last weekend with April Story from April's Craft Room, and we have some footage, and I'm going to pepper that in between this video this day so you can see it all. Today is the 4th of July, and I'm making a Christmas quilt. But, you know, it is what it is. I want to show you some tips on how I long arm, because you've been asking for it. Now, first I'm going to give you a big disclaimer. The software I use on all of my Gamel is Creative Studio, and it only works on Gamel. They're the only ones that have it. So I'm not going to be teaching Creative Studio. Rather, I'm going to go through some of my thoughts, why I do the things that I do when I long arm, because I think that's going to be more valuable to you. I'm going to get started with the very first thing. Do you load your backings with the selvage on the leaders, the front and the back? Or do you load your backings the other way? Do you know what? It doesn't really matter. Today, I am loading mine from selvage to selvage. And this is the reason why. Let me show it to you right here. See this seam right here? This backing I've made has been seamed. Sometimes we seam them, sometimes we don't. If I were to have this on the leaders so that this seam was going from top to bottom on the leaders, it would pull taut at that seam. And then the backing would sag and come up. Now, I'm exaggerating this for the video because I want to show you how it is. So it will go down and sag and come to the part that is seamed, and it's because the leaders tend to pull that pretty tight, and then on the other side you're going to have another sag. I don't like to work with that. It increases the risk to have loose backing, and that could cause a tuck underneath. So I prefer to have my seam whenever I can. Sometimes you can't because you may have directional fabric, but I prefer to have my seam going horizontally with my leaders, not vertically attached to my leaders. It makes a huge difference. Now I'm going to move on, and I'm going to show you how I attach the backing to my canvas leaders. Today I'm going to use red snappers to attach my backing to the leader. And inside the hem of my leader, I think you can see it's a little lumpy, I have a tube, and on the outside I'm going to pin them down or snap them in place with this. The first thing I've got is the center marked on my leader. So I'm going to pull this pin out because that would be disastrous. So I just lay it down on the table like so and snap them in place. It's pretty fast and easy when I use the red snappers. Now, Michelle, who uses them all the time, has cut them up. Sometimes you just need a little piece, and sometimes it's a difficult backing to hook on, and in that case, she'll go ahead and use a smaller one. But as you can see, I just snap them down, and that saves a lot of prickles from pins on my fingers. I like to use this bar to stabilize it a little bit. So I'm going to, there we go, roll it up and start at the center. I'm going to bring the center piece right over my marking on my leader. I'll pull the pin and clip it down with a small one. There we go. Then I'm going to continue to snap on my snappers. Okay, I am going to roll the quilt and I keep it taut the whole time I'm doing it. I'm rolling it onto the bottom roller because I want to start working from the top. There we go. For those of you who watched last week's video, you know that I met April in Salt Lake City, Utah. It was an absolute blast. What I'm going to do with the video footage that we took is scatter it throughout this video. Now, this is when I met April for the very first time. Her husband was filming. I didn't know they were filming, and I hadn't met either of them yet. And my first thought was, who is this creeper that's filming me? So I walked fast to get by them, and she called me, and this is what you see.
Hey, Di.
Oh my gosh! Oh! I thought, who's the creeper with the phone? Oh my gosh!
I'm like, I bet that's her.
You're not as tiny short as I thought. Oh my gosh!
It's so nice to meet you.
Oh,
you look just the same as you do on camera.
And so you look just the same. This is my other sister from another mister. Oh my gosh. I thought you were way out.
No.
Oh.
No, we pulled up and we actually drove by and I saw the Honda and I'm like, I bet that.
If you have watched my channel at all, you know my favorite kind of batting is wool. It's 100% washable wool by Hobb. It has a nice loft. It's warm in the winter, cool in the summer. It is the perfect quilt. Let me see if the quilt is going to be too big for that scrap. When I do my own quilts, I use all the scraps that people don't want. I may just have to break down and cut a piece of batting. Okay, this is kind of big. I am just eyeballing this. And I'm using Michelle's scissors. With this batting, it's very difficult to find a top or a bottom, which is nice. So unlike the 80-20, the Hobbs wool I found is the same on both sides. I've never been able to find one side is gonna definitely be the back. One of the tricks I use to line everything up, if the quilt is straight, and most of them are, I'm using this line kind of in the same place all across. So by using that, it needs to come up a snitch on this side. And then I'm going to walk down to the end and eyeball it across the top. And that quilt is on quite straight. Let's baste it down. The quilt top is stitched down with a basting stitch all the way around, actually to the bottom green line. These are the two poinsettia patterns I've selected. Now they're both and bright designs and have a similar flower. It's hard to decide, but I wanted the poinsettias to be more of a statement rather than a suggestion. So I chose the poinsettia pattern with the ribbons. This is how it's going to look in the boundary of the quilt. Here's a tip that I can give to you that you all can use. If you don't have one of these, a TOA gauge, and you're long arming, I recommend you get one. They are worth their weight in gold. As you can see, there's a little scale on the side. This is how they work. You put your bobbin in like this, and you pop it in, and then you're going to wrap it under this first wheel, on top of the second wheel, and around this hook, and pull. Now look at that. See what happens when I gently pull? Not good. I want it to be right there at about 200. And so I'm going to use my skinny little screwdriver and adjust the tension on the bobbin. Let's give it a little tug. And it's a real lightweight tug. See, it's hitting right around 200. I found out that 200 was where my machine liked its bobbins. So we always gauge all of our bobbins to 200. And then you just take your bobbin out and put it in your long arm. Now this is the fun part. The machine is going to go to the start of the design, go off all by itself. April and I saw a few sights in Salt Lake City, ate too much rich food, but the best part was, can you guess? If you guessed quilt shop hopping, you're correct. Here's a few pics of us having fun. This is the first part of the pattern on the quilt. Ooh, I am going to love this. I'm on the very last row, and I'm going to baste my piece down. I'm going to point out a few things right now about this quilting design I've chosen. So if you notice, it's going to this point and coming back, to this point and coming back. So it has a lot of what we call stops, or where the machine turns. It's not a fast, flowy design that is all circles like this. It is one that is going to do a little piece of the leaf and then stop, another little piece of the leaf and then stop. And this is going to run it really slow, but it's accurate, so I'm okay with that. So this design, doing it for a customer, would probably be in the 3 cents price range because of the time that we have to have on it just to get it done. When it takes 25 minutes to do an entire row, that's definitely a 3 cents an inch pattern. We're going to take the clips off, or the side clamps, and bring the head of the machine down off of the fabric. We don't always do it this way. Usually we take it off, especially if the customer doesn't want us to trim their quilt. We're not going to trim their quilt if they don't want it. This is so beautiful. I'm really excited about this pattern. Okay. Pretty slick. All right, this is it, the binding hack. First, I'm going to start by sewing my binding onto the back of my quilt, giving myself, about 12 inches lead. I'm lining my binding up with the quilt, and I sew at a solid 1/4 of an inch. I am using 2.5 inches, and as you can see, there's a little piece that I need to cut off there. I don't know, maybe you can't see that and I shouldn't have pointed it out. But I'm going to go ahead and sew this binding on at a 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to check back with you when I get to a corner. Here I am approaching the corner. And what I'm doing is simply laying my fabric down. I'm going to mark my 1/4 inch where I stop, because I always do. That's the same. Okay, there's my 1/4 inch. And I'm going to pivot my piece so I can sew right off the corner. Cut my thread and lift it out. Are you ready? This is the hat. I'm going to fold it back so I make a nice corner, and then I'm going to fold it over. This is the hat, and you won't believe the difference this makes. I'm showing you on the back side. Do you actually see that there is more fabric folded over the edge? Can you see that? I'm going to turn it this way. I think it will show this way. Oh, that's a nice shadow on the camera. So this is where I came down, sewed off the corner, and instead of putting this fold right here on the edge of the fabric, I'm giving myself no more than 1/8, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. And because I'm giving myself extra fabric, I'm going to pin it because it's in place. And then I'm going to turn it over. So I don't know if you can see from this side or not. Let me point out. Here is the edge of the fabric right here where my seam ripper is, and then it comes out no more than 1/8, between a 1/16 and 1/8 of an inch over the edge. That little piece is absolutely amazing to have. I have been experimenting with it, and you won't believe how nice my corners come out. So then I'm going to sew as usual to the next corner. I'm going to show it to you one more time. Here I am at the edge. I'm going to sew to my 1/4 of an inch, pivot, and come off to the corner. And then I'm going to flip it back, making my nice 45-degree angle right here. Flip it forward. And I'm going to give myself that little extra bit and pin it. Then I'm going to turn it over and show you how it looks. Look at this. So here's the edge of the quilt right here, and sticking out is that little extra piece, no more than a 1/8 of an inch, but it may be just at over a 1/16 of an inch. But that's what you need. And when I turn this quilt over to do the corners on the top, it is going to make the biggest difference you wouldn't believe. It seems like there's always one corner when I'm binding that goes bad or doesn't have enough fabric or decides to fight me. And with this, it just doesn't happen. It's so exciting. So off I go to the races. So actually I showed you that I put that little extra bit on the corner. So here I am at the end of the quilt, and I want to show you how easy it is with that little extra piece, a 1/16 of an inch extra, how it makes it so easy to fold this corner. So I'm going to fold it in like so and like that, and it did it without any jostling, without any messing around. I don't know what you want to call it. Whoops, sorry about that. But did you see how easy that corner folded? Because I had that little extra 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch worth of fabric folded into it. It's amazing. I'm going to sew this down and show you another edge. They all are just so easy this way. I'm going to show you how easy the corners fold one more time. So I've come to the corner. I'm going to stop and trim this thread here. Too bad I picked a white one to show on. Here, let me try this. I'm going to put this ruler under here. Does that make it easier for you to see? I'm going to put this ruler under here that's a little dark so you can see better. But what you want to do is come to the corner. I always fold from the side I always fold from the forward side. I fold it up. That's just how I do it. But I fold it up and I pin it on that side. And then on this side, I get my little 45-degree angle right here. And I use my stiletto to hold it, and I fold it over, and boom, it's perfect every time. So all you have to do is add that little tiny bit of fabric, and it's so amazing to me how perfect this corner comes out every time. Look at that. Whoops, I went there. I went one stitch too far. Then I fold it over. And finish my quilt. So that, my friends, is the binding hack. And it is crazy simple, right? But makes such a difference. Now I'm going to finish binding this quilt and show it off. I also want to show you what I've been doing this week, because I have a few other things that I've sewn that I'll show you. This week I also did some mindless sewing. My favorite kind of sewing, where you don't have to worry about matching and making sure you have points. I made a bunch of my grocery bags. Now I have a video on these, and I'll go ahead and link it below if you want to make some too. But these are just made from leftover quilts, some extra pieces. Here I made a dark blue one to match the light blue one. And you may remember this from the fat quarter baskets that I made. And the inside of it is gray. But let me tell you why I did this. My friend Laura Levitt called me up and told me how much she loved the grocery bag that I gave to her. She said it's the best one she's ever had. She uses it all the time, over and over. And would it be possible for me to make her a few more grocery bags? So with that in mind, I grabbed some scraps off my shelf and went to work and got them all done in an afternoon. It was a lot of fun. I just had this one scrap of avocado. Isn't that cute? It turned out so darling. Well, here's the deal. I haven't told Laura I've made these. You see, she watches my videos every once in a while. In fact, I think she watches them more than she doesn't, even though she doesn't quilt. She's just such a good friend. So this is going to be her notice that I have made her grocery bags for her. And let's see how long it takes for her to come and get them. I will let you all know in my next video if she gets them before I get that one filmed. It's going to be fun to watch. So Laura, if you're watching, this is your notice. Come and get your grocery bags. But a message from Michelle. She said, you better hurry because if you take too long, she's going to take the avocado bag for herself. That's about the extent of a prank mood that I'm in. Thanks for playing along with me, guys. Now, here I'm going to insert April and I in Utah. Look who I'm sitting next to on the couch. Yay! And look, if I pinch her,
Ow!
she's live. She's really, oh! I guess turnabout is fair play.
That's right.
We finally got to meet up for
it's very
live.
exciting.
So exciting.
She looks just like she looks on camera.
And you know what? She's not as short as I thought she was. But let's get on with it. We have had a couple of days together. It's been so much fun.
Yes, it has.
And we spent a whole day from quilt shop to quilt shop to quilt shop.
It was awesome.
Oh my gosh. So much fun.
Yes.
And you know, I said something to April. I said, towards the end of the day, I said, so are you kind of ready to go back to the hotel? Are you bored? And she said,
No.
she said,
I could quilt shop all the time.
she could quilt shop all day. And I was just like, I knew I was with my soulmate. It was awesome. Do you want to see what we bought?
You know you do. They have great stuff here.
Should we show them?
Yes, I think we should.
I mean, we had to pick which quilt shops we went to because they have so many here. Yes. Oh, by the way, we're in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yep.
Okay.
First time here.
239th time here. Okay.
It's almost like you were born here.
I'm gonna start. I almost like I was born here. Yeah. We both got something of the same thing.
Yes.
First off, the shops we visited were Pine Needles in Gardner Village, and it's a cute shop. That was the first one we went to. Mm-hmm. And they had, ready, should we do it together? 1, 2, 3. They had this book.
Yay!
Here, let's make it so they're even. See, she's got shorter arms than I do. Look at that. Anyway, we looked at this, and this is a really cool book. It has blocks in it. For instance, there's the double plus block, right? And here's the exciting thing. April, you read how exciting it is. It comes in a
2 or 6. 6-inch, 9-inch, 12-inch, 15-inch, and 18-inch block size.
Oh my gosh.
This is like so me. So, die is like
April's
4-inch, and I'm doing the 18.
You're going to be making all the 18-inch, I know. Anyway, there's a ton of blocks in here, and some of them are classic. Some of them I know how to do with my eyes closed, but there's the cutting and the measuring directions for at least 5 different sizes on each block.
Awesome. Yeah, there are even some with the 22.5-inch size block.
Oh, that says April's story all over
yes,
it.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Absolutely. And on the back it says the ultimate no math reference for quilters. That,
No math.
No math.
Got that? No
Gotta
math.
love it. Gotta love it.
Now that is totally my speed. Oh, sorry, I smacked my mic. Bam! Anyway, so totally my speed.
So very excited.
So yeah, we are excited about this. Okay. And at the same store, did you get something else at that store? Didn't you get a cute pattern?
Is that where I got the dogs?
So she bought the dog pattern, and it's an Elizabeth Hartman. You need to get close and show them how cute it is.
See, look.
Oh my gosh.
At Sewtopia, they actually had this quilt made.
It was so darling.
Cute. Yes.
We loved
we'll see,
Sewtopia.
because there are some really small blocks in here. So.
Yeah. So I bought a bunch of fabric that I showed you when I went to St. George, and it was, I told you I'm going to make a classic block I might use my new block tool book.
There you go.
Go figure.
Awesome.
But I wanted background fabric. And this is the background fabric I got.
Isn't that
I
pretty?
don't know if you can see, there is gold and copper and teal.
So pretty.
Anyway, I think, and this is a art gallery. It's called Stars something. I've got enough to do a background on a quilt, which I'm really excited. And I think I will use the block tool book.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Good one.
And then I also got this pattern, which is a dachshund. So I thought that was cute. I have a couple friends who have dachshunds.
I have actually quilted that in my shop for a customer.
That's awesome. I'll have
And
to
then,
pick your brain on the
Who,
pattern.
is it Elizabeth Hart? No, it's
Stacy East Sue.
Sue. Stacy Sue.
There.
From there, when I said we were close to IKEA, April said, oh, we're down with it. We tried to get some furniture, but it won't fit in the carry-on of your airplane,
No.
so
Wouldn't break down small enough.
we were out. But I had to get little screws to hang up my pegboard that I hang my rulers on now that my room is remodeled. Let's not tell them what we bought at IKEA, or should we? What do you think?
I think we should just give them like a sneak peek, not unroll anything.
Just one of each? Oh.
See, I got two different ones.
So, let me see. Let's see how good you guys speak Danish.
Mine.
We bought Inna Maria's, right? Is yours a Inna?
And I got Rennigs.
Oh, yours is Rennigs.
Mm-hmm.
And mine is Inna Maria.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Oh, look, there's a designer. Paulin Machado.
Okay, so here's our Rennigs and our Inna Marias.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? We're not going to tell you what they are.
Nope.
But you know what we saw in them? What did you see in when you saw them, April?
Fat quarters.
Fat quarters.
A quilt.
100% cotton. They're fat quarters.
Cotton. Mm-hmm.
So you guys will have to look up your, I can't believe they have different names. They both should be Rennigs.
Yeah.
Or,
They have different designers.
well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
More to come.
future video. We'll definitely
Absolutely.
share our video on that one.
Yep.
So then we traveled on to the Quilter's Lodge. The Quilter's Lodge. Hoity-toity.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, it's so
It is.
pretty.
Just, yeah, the displays are gorgeous.
And then the fabric, the displays, everything is gorgeous. They have the most incredible retreat center there.
Oh, look, my shirt. Quilter's Lodge.
Quilter's Lodge.
Yep. got a
Right
shirt.
there. It's got a shirt.
I did.
And I didn't get a shirt because, I don't know, I was being a tightwad. I'm a tightwad.
You saved your money for fabric.
Well, all $14.
At other stops.
There you go. There you go.
Yep.
But you just got the shirt only at
I got the
Quilter's Lodge?
shirt. Oh,
You got
I
some
got a-
fabric there.
got a panel.
Oh, yes.
Yes, there's.
Hey, April.
Hey, Boo.
Hey, Boo. What panel did you get?
I got Hey, Boo.
Hey, Boo.
Yes, they. There's a Halloween line. I don't
came
even remember
out.
who it's by.
It's a Moda. Oh, Lella Boutique.
Yes,
It's
and I
the-
just love it.
It's so cute. Should we show them the?
Absolutely.
panel?
Here.
First off, if you're not going to do anything with the selvage, dibs on the selvage.
It's cute, isn't it?
It is
It even
cute
has a little
selvage.
saying.
Yeah, what does the saying say?
Let's give them pumpkin to talk about.
Oh, that is so cute.
That is cute.
Okay, so
Okay. So
there
I
you
think-
go. You're
here
straight.
You go. Yep.
Here's the panel.
Yep. And it's just cute little sayings. And I've got,
October 31st.
yeah,
Come sit a spell.
spooky season, howl at the moon.
Hello, fall.
Hey there, pumpkin.
Eat, drink, and be scary.
Yo.
Isn't that
Creeping
cute?
it real.
If you've got it. What does this one say backwards?
If you
flaunt
got it. Haunt it.
Haunt it. Oh my
Haunt
gosh.
it.
How cute is that if you've got
Yes,
it haunted?
very cute.
Here for the booze.
Yeah.
Creeping it real.
Creeping it real.
Hocus pocus. Now, you've got a bunch of, you've got some Lella Boutique fabric already, right?
I don't. I think this
I
is
thought
my
you-
first.
No, I thought you said you had some.
I've got the 5-inch squares.
Oh, okay, so you've got a charm pack.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, that will be fun.
Yes. So I plan on cutting this apart.
These colors
And
are adorable.
Aren't they cute? I just love it for Halloween. So yeah. But that was all I got there.
Okay,
I think
here it
Quilts,
is.
Etc. and that my favorite is tied between Quilts, Etc. and Zootopia.
Okay, so there's a quilt shop in Sandy, Utah called Quilts, Etc. Quilt ETC. And we met the owner, and oh my gosh, she's a cute lady.
Yeah,
Pat's
she was
the
fun.
owner. She is the second owner. Her mother started this quilt shop. But there's something unique about this quilt shop.
Yes.
Do you want to tell him or do you want me to tell him?
It has a street running through it.
What?
A street.
It's
A street where people drive.
Yeah, it's the
Running through the
only
middle.
quilt shop in the world with a road that runs right through the middle of it.
Yep. For
It's
real.
in 2 separate buildings, and it's really cool. You're looking at something in one building, and you say, hey, I need this, and they go, oh, they've got it across the street. And you just take your purchase, and you just walk across the street into the other building. And you know what? They don't have a shoplifting problem.
No.
Isn't
It's
that
awesome.
just-
I
it's
think
just
great.
cool.
Yep. Yep.
So I have to tell you about one of my customers, because I got her stuff at Quilt, Etc. She makes these quilts, these crochet or cross-stitch quilts for her grandchildren. So here is one of them. And
Adorable.
the backs of them look like messy cross-stitch. So she doesn't want that to show. So she has me buy backing and binding, and I got it at Quilt, Etc. It matches the blue on there perfectly. So this is going to be the backing.
Oh, that's
Isn't
so
that just
sweet.
adorable?
I don't think I saw it.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
did you?
I saw this. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, that is so
But these
cute.
sweet little bears
Yeah.
sleeping. And this goes with it. This will be the binding.
So cute.
And it matches it matches the blues in the little bear's
Absolutely.
clothes just almost perfectly. It's wonderful. So, but now you bought a bunch of stuff at Quilts, Etc. too, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about a bunch, but yeah. I
probably spent way too much money there.
I think you didn't get one of these, did you?
I didn't.
Okay. So this is a pattern book, I guess, for fat quarters. And there are 8 patterns.
Mm-hmm.
They use different numbers of fat quarters. I think one used 21, one used 18, one used 12. But you know I love fat quarters, so I had to have this. And this is version 1. They also have version 2 and version 3. So that may be in my future. And then,
You know what they do to get rid of their fabric that's kind of not moving?
yes,
They
yes.
curate their own fat quarter bundles. And so there's 8 in here. Whoops. Here, I'll show you these, and then April can show you hers.
Isn't that cute?
So look at that. It's mermaid and octopus and sea stuff. But did you see the price for
It's easy for you to say.
4 fat quarter bundles for $29.95 or 8? No, 10.
10.
They said 10. Oh,
30
there's
bucks.
something in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Isn't that cool?
10
I
for
thought there were
30
just
bucks.
8 too. But
Oh,
yeah, 10.
I didn't even look. There's something in the middle.
Yep, so they had this animal print. Now I struggled last time
Look,
I tried to put animal print
They
together.
have a fat quarter quilt pattern in the middle.
Ooh, I wonder if mine's the same.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that. So it's a free shop pattern, but nonetheless it's a pattern. Okay, do you have a pattern?
Same one.
Okay.
Perfect. But and they're big blocks. I like them.
But inside
Yeah, there's
they
more.
have more.
But wait, there's more.
I know, but wait. So there's 8 that you see in a triangle, and then they have
2 more.
2 more in there.
How awesome is that?
I didn't even see that. Well, that's
That's
cool.
a bargain.
But I went and found they had a few pieces of the fabric left over because, you know, Hazel's crazy about mermaids. So I went ahead and bought some fabric from the line. They did not have this piece in it, which goes with it. I think it goes with it because look at that pink one. Yeah, there's the little seashells on it. Maybe it doesn't. No, it's the same one.
I think it does.
So I got these little mermaids and these little tossed shells in aqua.
Cute?
Aren't they adorable? And if you know me, you know I love the smartest sea creature in the ocean, which is an octopus.
I didn't know they were the smartest.
Oh, they're so smart.
Ah.
They can get in and out of things. You need to watch octopus on YouTube.
Okay.
You're going to either be creeped out or amazed. I just love octopus.
Oh, cool.
Super smart. So I got that. And then I got another one too. Star Wars.
How
See
cool
that?
is that?
And here's a...
And you have two more in the middle.
This was at Quilts, etc.
Yes.
So
and
have
then
we
I
just been to
also-
2 quilt shops? Yeah. No, this Quilts, etc. is our third. Oh, how pretty.
Yeah.
Those solids.
Just, yeah, some solids. And I think that peach will go with the Hey Boo.
Here. What do you think? Let's see. Maybe.
Maybe.
Good.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
But if not, aren't these gorgeous colors?
Oh, yeah. They'll go with something.
Oh,
Surely.
so pretty. So Quilts, etc., or they have an online presence, and they are fantastic.
Yes.
We loved that one.
And Jackie, her daughter, also is working there too.
Yeah.
So,
So it's a mother, daughter.
daughter.
That is so cool.
Yep.
Yeah, Pat was really cool, the owner. He enjoyed talking with her,
Yes.
and she thought we were a little goofy.
Crazy.
The last store we went to, oh my gosh, my dream store,
Yeah.
Sotopia. If you have not heard of Sotopia, get your little fanny perpendicular and on. I'm sorry, that's what my dad used to say. Get your fannies perpendicular and out of that bed. Get your little fannies on Google and look up their website, Sotopia. We again got to meet the owner, Amy.
Yeah, she
And
was neat.
she's a cool cat.
Yeah,
I'm
she
telling
is.
you, one cool cat. If you want to get anything Ruby Star, she's the place to go because guess what? They have everything.
Yeah, she has card catalogs in her store. You know, like the old time that you used to look up library books
And
in.
did you pull them out and see what was in them?
Yes, there were different notions in all the drawers. It was so cool.
Notions and bag hardware.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She does bags.
Oh, she does more bags. There were so many bags in her store. She kind of reminded me of Tula Pink and Annie from Annie Soft and Stable
Yes. Yeah.
because they had a ton of bags, and they had Hey Boo.
Yes, they did.
So did you get some Hey Boo?
I did. So I was walking through. She had the Hey Boo fat quarter bundle. So, yep.
You've got
Going
such
home with
little
me.
short arms.
It's like a
Here, we're
T-Rex.
This is from my T-Rex friend. Isn't that darling?
I just love it.
Anyway, I love the little light lavender purple.
Yeah.
That's
the colors.
such a great one. I've always wanted to make this duffel by Knot and Thread Design. And this is the patchwork duffel. This is the small one. I just love the handles. I actually have that fabric that I could make the handles out of, but I've got a surprise. I'll show you something else. And here is the big duffel with the little duffel on top. But you see how it is patchwork? She had some kits made up, and I wasn't loving the material. The fabric was all cotton and steel. Oh, I'm sorry. Ruby Star. Oh, smack me down. Anyway, the fabric was all Ruby Star, but there was just too much of orange in it for me. But one of my favorite lines from Ruby Star is the charms. Have you the charms. And look, she had a layer cake in the picture book charms. Well, they're picture book, not charms, but I always call them charms. But look at some of these prints on here. They are just so stinking adorable. Mm-hmm. This is going to be my bag. And let me show you. Look at the little elephants. I think they look like little pigs. So I call them little pig elephants. But I'm so excited over the picture book. And this will make that bag. But I want to show you the lining I got.
Yeah, she's got everything she needs to make the bag.
I do, even the zipper.
Yep.
So the lining is going to be this gorgeous piece.
Those pig elephants.
And Amy, like, she's so eclectic. Sometimes I don't like real eclectic in quilting because I am a little old-fashioned at times. But she said, this is what I would bind the inside with. Isn't that fun? The polka dot orange. I was so excited I couldn't stand it. And then she
had
has
to pick out the other stuff.
Then I know this is the other stuff. Oh, here's my zipper. It's going to be this color. So look at that. It's going to go beautiful. I picked that out all by myself. I was looking at a pink one and the blue one, and the blue one definitely won.
Yep.
And then she has all kinds of bag handles. What do you call it? Bag handle material? Webbing?
Webbing?
Anyway, this is going to be my handle on the duffel.
Isn't that going to look
great? I could
great?
make it, but look at, you know what it reminds me of? A dirty rainbow.
Okay.
Well, it's like it's a...
How about a muted rainbow?
Muted, a little dusty. Remember?
Dusty rainbow.
Do you remember the 80s? We had dusty rose and dusty blue.
Yes, mauve.
Dusty mauve, yeah.
Yes.
This might be close to that blue, but I was so excited about this.
Because it looks great with the collection.
Oh, I know. Whoa.
Yeah.
Look at that. So it's going to be a blast making this bag.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, but I have to tell you, of all the shopping, I think my favorite experiences were meeting the two shop owners because they were so incredibly fun ladies.
Yes. Yep. Quilts,
So-
etc. and Sewtopia.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So if you ever get to Salt Lake City, plan on going to Sewtopia. They don't open until noon. They're Tuesday through Saturday. And Quilts, etc. And they're open the traditional hours, 10 to 5.
Yep.
And we'd have hit more if we had more time.
I know. We ran out of time. But I also got something else at Sewtopia.
Oh, you did? More Sewtopia purchases.
Did. It's, I don't even know who it's by.
Here, we'll read it.
Who is it by?
Lisa Works. This is
there
Dear
you go.
Stella. Dear Stella is
okay.
so, I love Dear Stella.
Yes. Well, evidently I do too.
Dear Stella is so eclectic.
Yes.
I'm going to make sure this is Dear Stella also.
Yep.
Isn't
So
that
those
adorable?
are the kitties with sweaters with fish on them.
The cat and the mouse.
Exactly. And then, of course, you have to have the fish.
Okay. Cat food. We're going to call this cat food.
Cat food. Cat food 1 and cat food 2.
Oh, yeah.
Herringbone with the black and white kitties.
Isn't that incredible? Oh, my gosh. I love it.
And then, of course, you can't forget the dogs.
Did we get it right?
Yeah. And it's got Gracie on there.
Which one is Gracie?
Gracie is, hold on, she's got her hair up right here.
Okay.
Right there.
Look at that pink poodle. Oh my gosh. Here's a full on of the pink poodle. So Dear Stella is so much fun on the fabric. Do you remember when,
Dog food.
do you remember the sharks that Ian used with Santa hats?
Oh, yes. Yes.
That was Dear Stella.
Yep.
And then dog bones.
Yeah, so
So,
I had to have those.
so the fabric that she has there is just the coolest. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. Yes.
Dear Stella, and then of course Ruby Star is through Moda, so that's probably why she got the Hey Boo.
Yeah, and then there was something else that looks like Tula Pink, but it's not Tula Pink. I can't remember who it was.
Me
Because
neither.
it had the dogs and it was really cute. She has unique fabrics, not your typical fabrics.
Such a fun quilt shop to go to.
Yes.
Such a fun quilt shop to go to. So you'll have to try it. So April, I just have to tell you, it was worth not wrecking my car, but it was worth it for me to drive down 6 hours to meet you. This has been the most fun.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
love your guts.
It's like my sister.
I know.
That, I didn't get to grow up with. But
right?
Now I get to.
Now we get to. And the engineer stayed home sick. And April brought her husband, and he's darling.
Yeah. He's keeping us entertained.
He is. Oh, he's funny. And he treats April really well, you guys. So he's considered.
He's a keeper.
He is a keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So's the engineer. I've kept him for 47 years
it's
now.
like you can't train him over,
No, you don't want to go that. But this has just been the best time.
I know. I'm so glad we came to Utah.
We've had so much fun.
Yep.
So
there'll be more videos like this with us together. I guarantee it.
Let's just say we know a secret.
Yes, we do.
But anyway, all right, you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Hope you enjoyed seeing our treasures.
Oh yes.
We'll put quilt shops in the description below, so then.
Oh yeah, we'll put their links. We will.
Yeah.
All right. Bye. Now I'd like to shout out to a few of you out there. Betty Quintal, I got your telephone message. Thank you for calling me. She called to tell me how much she loved the design wall video, and she has made one for herself and loves it. Betty, thanks for letting me know. That was so nice to hear your voicemail. I'd also like to thank Marty Brown and Lady Seawolf for the super thanks that they gave me on YouTube. I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. Then I wanted to comment about all of you who made a comment about Romper Room. You know, people from age 47 to 67 remember Romper Room. So I don't know what the engineer was thinking when he said, "Do you remember Romper Room?" All of you do. It was kind of fun going down that memory lane, wasn't it? I'm going to do a magic trick because once I hold this quilt up, I'm going to disappear. Ready? Oh, where's the bottom? Ta-da! So, this is the quilt. I love this quilt. I've always loved a plaid, and I think the quilting is so pretty on it. This is such an easy pattern, and I do sell it on my website, but let me show you the backing. I like to show the backing next to the quilt. I think that is so much fun. A very traditional backing, but you know what? Plaid is traditional, don't you think? I am in love with this quilt. I loved having you in the quilting room when I quilted it and then bound it. Let me show you up close how good my corners all look, because that hack is amazing. This is a close-up of the quilting on it. Here is a poinsettia. Here is a poinsettia. There's ribbons in between. Don't you think the quilting is pretty? Now I'm going to pull the corners over because look at that corner. Isn't that a perfect quilted bound corner? And it went in so smooth. So this is how my backside looks. Sometimes when I'm binding, I'll go over a little bit. Sorry, I'm human. But this is gold thread. The white thread really would have stood out on this red, so that's why I did the gold. And then I did white on the top. And now that I'm thinking about it, I could have done white on the top or gold on the top as well. Here is another corner. Oh my goodness. They just, every one of them were so perfect as they went in. And then this one, I'm going to show them all to you because ever since I've been doing this hack, my corners come out perfect. Look at that one. Flip it over so you can see. Isn't that the most perfect binding corner ever? It looks like a professional did it, right? And there's a beautiful poinsettia right there on the corner. I don't know about you, but I have one thing ready for Christmas, and that's my gorgeous plaid quilt. After all, it is Christmas in July, right? But outside it's like 100 degrees. Oh, anyway, if you like my videos and want to see more like this, I'd love it if you would subscribe. You just click the button down below and then make sure you ring that bell so you get notified when I put a new video up. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Bye.